Hello, if you are here, that means you clicked my video, which is a big thank you. And today, I want to do another reaction. I'm enjoying reaction videos, and I guess since I'm big into fitness and running, let's just react to some running TikToks and see what we can learn and joke about, I haven't vetted any of these ahead of time, so there may be some cuts where I come across one that I don't feel is quite right, or isn't appropriate for my channel, but hopefully that will be few and far between, because I've never actually looked at running TikToks, so this is going to be new for me. Let's just get right into it. Alright, so I've got TikTok up on the screen right now. Obviously you can see it because I'm going to put it up in editing. And this one is sticking out to me because I literally ran 18 miles yesterday. Let's run 18 miles. Slow runner edition. It took me 4.5 hours to run those 18 miles.
Good morning. Today we're running 18 miles. The way I'm nervous, you would think it was a race day. It's really cool right now, but it's gonna warm up towards the tail end of my run. I have a feeling I'm gonna cry on this run because I already feel like I wanna cry right now. I've just come a really long way in a fairly short amount of time, and I've put in a lot of hard work. I've literally had to change my entire life schedule around this marathon training, but I've committed to it and I've showed up. I've never skipped a run unless I was injured or something. I'm just really proud. All right, let's get started. I know I'm usually good for super consistent splits, but today I'm just listening to my body. There is a chance that I'll run a 14-minute mile and a 15-minute mile and a 13-minute mile. Mile one.
Okay, so it's definitely a slow runner. I was running about that pace yesterday. I was closer to 12 minutes actually. That's about my trail running pace, actually. If you run trails, or if you've never run trails before, add a few minutes to your road running pace, and that's where you'll be about. And if she's consistently running, that is fantastic. Honestly, it is a great exercise, great workout, and it's okay to go slow. If you are going for a distance, that's weird. Okay. If you're going for a distance, it doesn't matter how long it takes you. If you finish, you finish. And how I see it, I'm an ultra runner in training. If you finish the race and you're the last one across the finish line, and there's 40 people who DNF'd, you aren't in last place. So try to just finish and just avoid that DNF, and worry about improving later, especially when you're just starting out. And there is one thing I have to point out, and I don't want to be that person, but this woman is at the very least obese, if not morbidly obese. And I personally cannot recommend running to someone that heavy, because every step you take when running, 4 to 6 times your body weight is forced onto your knees and ankles. So getting a running injury is extremely easy and extremely likely. And the heavier you are when you sustain a leg injury, the more likely you are to become bedridden and enter a death spiral. So I personally would recommend for her is focus on walking and try to lose some more weight. If she's losing weight right now, fantastic. But if she really wants to take running seriously, she's gonna have to lose weight. You can't alienate it. When I was obese, 172 pounds, I was not in dire straits. I was just, most people would say I was chubby. It was painful to run. It sucked. It was difficult. I was running like 20-minute miles. My miles were slower than her miles. I couldn't run uphill. It was a mess. So let's see how she does a little more. This is kind of a longer one.
And 14:45. 2 miles, 14:56. We're about 2.5 miles, 35-ish minutes in. So we're gonna have our first fuel. Today on my run, I'm gonna be testing out Bonk Breakers. This is the green apple flavor. Delicious, not powdery. I had 4 gummies. Now I'm gonna have 1 electrolyte cap and drink some water. Mile 3, 14:58. Mile 4, 13:48.
So she did pick up some speed. I tend to do that. My first 2 miles are up extremely steep hills, so they're usually slower. And she was fueling. I personally, since she said she is going on an 18-mile run, you're going to need to fuel. Your body will run out of carbs in your muscles, and it can switch to fat, but it's not as efficient and it's not as good of energy. So when you're on extremely long runs, longer than 2 hours, I would say, or I would fuel, when I'm on my long runs, I could probably fuel more frequently, but I usually do about a gel an hour. I probably need to do it more frequently, but I'm trying to kind of train in a famine, so that way when I go to race day, it's feast, and I have loads of energy. And I also want to be able to train without eating, because let's face it, on race day I might have nerves and lack of hunger, and therefore might have a hard time getting enough fuel. So fueling is good, and she seems to be fueling with the right kind of stuff, fast carbohydrates and electrolytes, which is what you need on a run. So we'll watch probably another 30 seconds of this and see how it's going.
Big hill, walk break. Mile 5, 14:39. You know what time it is. Mile 6, 14:32. Mile 7, 14:49. I'm feeling good, honestly. My hips do feel a little tight. So I've been stretching our crosswalk. We're gonna try the orange mango guava. I'm gonna have 4 of these and another salt tab. Mile 8, 14:59. Mile 9, 15:38. We're halfway. I hate to do.
All right, so the fact that she's gotten this far is very impressive. And I've noticed she is fueling a lot, and it seems like almost every mile she's fueling. I don't think you need to fuel that frequently. They usually say you need a certain number of carbs per hour per pound of body weight, so she might be fueling enough. I don't know how. I'm not familiar with the type of fuel she's using. I use GU energy gels and Scratch energy chews. I want to experiment with some more solids, but there's like a certain number of carbs you should eat per pound of body weight per hour when running. I don't remember off the top of my head how much it is, but it's a lot. It's like 5 to 8 grams, I believe. So that's a lot of carbs you have to eat. So she may need a lot of carbs to fuel this. Just pointing that out. All right, let's let her enjoy her run in peace, and we'll pick another one. 4 things to not suck at running. That might be
If you want to
useful.
stop sucking at running, here's 4 things you must do. 1, run slow. The runners make is running too fast. If you have to stop and walk, that's okay. You shouldn't be gasping for air. 2, be consistent. The priority is to get out there and keep running. Results don't come overnight, so you can't give up too soon.
All right, we'll give him the first 2. So number 1, run slow. Yes. The only time I try to run fast is if I'm in an actual race, and that's a 5K race. I ran fast at my most recent 5K. You want to take it easy, especially if you're going for a longer run. Well, and the only time I say run fast is if you're doing specific speed intervals on a treadmill or on a track, trying to improve your overall speed. But if you're just working on getting your overall endurance going, running slow is perfect. And being consistent, yeah, it takes time to improve. Your body has to be conditioned over the long period of time to adjust to using that kind of energy. Your cardiovascular system, especially if you're going from sedentary, you're going to need it. So yeah, that's good advice. Let's see what else he has to say.
It's better to be consistently good than occasionally great. Try running in the morning so that way it's the first thing to do in your day and you don't have excuses later. 3, track your runs. Don't obsess over the numbers, but track your distances and times so you can see how your fitness improves over time. Use your smartwatch or fitness app on your phone. 4, set a goal. Set a mileage goal every week or sign up for a race so you have something to work towards and hold yourself accountable to. Follow for more. If you want to stop.
All right, I'm going to say those are all really solid, and I actually do most of those things. I actually track my running on my fitness watch, and my gym implemented this thing called MyZone. You wearing it and you walk into the gym, you show up on the board, and everyone at the gym can compete by earning points depending on heart rate zones and workouts. And so I track my runs. The thing I wear on my chest for MyZone just tracks time and heart rate intensity. Well, my wristwatch tracks distance, splits, heart rate, all the stats. And I like comparing the two just to see the differences in energy burned and heart rate, because one's on my chest and the other one is on my wrist. So it's very interesting to see the discrepancies between the two. And yes, setting a goal is a really good motivator. And I don't know about the weekly mileage goal every week. I think having a specific race event or like something like that to run for is a really good motivator. I've been training for a 50K and I've already picked out a few events after that 50K to go for to continue my training, because if I don't have something to train for, I don't know if I'm going to train as hard. So those are all very solid advice. I highly recommend following this man's advice. Very good. Let's scroll down. A running transformation. This is going to be... I like this. I'm going to have to cut the music out of this one. I actually had a fairly similar physique to this woman when I started. That is fantastic. Taking before and afters, I think, is really good. My before and afters are a pirate outfit because when I was heavier, I did not like taking photos. I did not like how I looked in photos. I was like, that is not a flattering silhouette. And I looked at that pirate photo, and then I took another one of my pirate outfit, and I had lost a ton of weight. And I'm like, my face and my arms were like really noticeable, and my stomach area was really noticeable. And I'm not going to show the photos because I have a kid in the photo with me, and we also wanted to see how much he had grown. It had been a year between the two, but out of respect for the child's privacy and respect for the parenting wishes, I will not be showing the photos, but it was a noticeable difference. So that's the closest thing I have to a before and after. I didn't take any. I just kind of went, we're going to just feel it, go by ear, but don't be afraid to take before and afters, especially once you start making gradual changes. Because you don't see the change in the moment, but if you look back a year or 2 years and you've slowly made changes and improved your life, one, you're going to be glowing more. It's going to show in the photos, but it's not going to show in the moment. And it also helps is if you like take notes of how your clothes fit and maybe some like measurements with some tape measures, like, you know, waist to height ratio, that kind of thing can really help you go down. If you have access to an eVolt machine and get that body scan, figure out your body fat percentage and see how that composition changes as you train. And it's just nice to see the numbers move and see progress, even if it's not on the scale. Progress is progress. Your weight isn't tied to your success. I haven't lost weight, but I've probably put on muscle, and that's fine. You know, don't tie your success to the scale. Focus on how you look, how you feel, and some other stats and numbers. And unless your weight is in a dangerous situation, don't worry about changing it. If you are slightly overweight or healthy weight, you're fine. Now, if you're obese, morbidly obese, or severely underweight, things need to change. Your health is at risk. You know, change how you eat, sleep, work, and the health will come with it. Or at least as much as you can control of your health will come with it. Alright, let's see once more. Running tips. I love running tips. I'll have to cut the music out of that one too, but there's no talking. It's just running form. And running form is very important. That is good. Seeing the difference in running form. You do not want to be moving your shoulders and back a lot. You do not want to be looking at the ground. If you look at the ground, you're going to strain your neck. And you generally want to be looking straight ahead while running, and you want to limit the amount of motion in your shoulders. So this is an extremely good example of running form. And one thing I've noticed is my running form has just naturally improved as I've gotten more physically fit. And if you are truly concerned about your running form, one thing you can do is get a friend and a camera, have them film you run, And then you go back and watch it and go, okay, I need to tweak these things, and then rinse and repeat until you go, this is the proper running form. Or you just track your running form over a period of time, and it'll hopefully improve as you improve your running overall. On to the next one. POVU run. So, I don't know if I'm going to have to remove the audio from that one. It was the Windows XP sound. It shouldn't be an issue, but yeah, when you run, your legs are going to get really muscular. Mine are really muscular. My calves are like chiseled stone. My thighs, I still have a little chub on them, but I'm not crazy concerned about that, but my calves are outrageous. Which I am completely fine with having outrageous calves. But yeah, if you run a lot, you're going to have crazy muscular legs. You could probably leg press twice your body weight. It's just your legs and glutes. It's just, you're going to have the legs of steel. Fate has brought me something. I'm not going to react to the glitter and lasers TikTok because, one, I'm not going to go there right now. I will talk about that later. But I will say, she is the reason why I started running in the first place. And it was spite. Not inspiration. Spite. But that's all I'll say on the topic for now. Let's look at... I don't know... how fast
Here
are you
a few
running?
things I wish I would have known before starting my running girl era. Number one, slow the fuck down. I used to start my runs like Speedy Gonzalez. 30 seconds in, dead. But starting off slow sets the mood for the rest of your run. So slow the fuck down. Number two, don't compare yourself to others. Everyone has different training. Everyone has different experience. People's backs are fucking different sizes. So just because someone is running their miles non-stop in 8 minutes does not mean you're going to be doing that. Number three, you don't need running accessories, but...
So this is pretty solid advice. Yeah, you don't need running accessories. All you need is a good pair of shoes and a way to carry water. I happen to have a nice running backpack, a wristwatch. I have been collecting running gear over the past year because I run like 30 to 50 miles a week, so I kind of want the nice gear. But if you're just starting out running a couple miles a day, every day, just I would recommend a good pair of headphones, and maybe if you're running after dark or before sunrise, a headlamp and some like reflective vest, because at least where I live, drivers are crazy. And yeah, you start off slower than you think you need to go, because especially when you're starting out and you don't know your limits, start off slow. The first time 5K I ran, I went way too fast and ended up having to walk a major portion of the race. So yeah, start off slow. This is all solid advice. And is she wearing a full face of makeup while running? See, I just don't understand makeup culture. Alright, let's finish this up.
They do kind of help mentally. Encourage me to go out there and run. So do what you want with that advice. Number four, re-stretching and post cool down is so important. If you don't stretch before your run will hurt. If you don't cool down after your run, you're going to be unnecessarily sore. Number five.
So I need to get better at doing both of those things. I don't warm up or cool down before working out. I just jump right into it and deal with the consequences. And that's probably slowing me down. Before a race, I warm up, and then after the race, I don't cool down. I don't really know how to cool down. I mean, stretching is good, and sometimes I stretch after a strength training workout, but not usually after, runs. I just don't do that. I take a shower, a hot shower, because I get really sweaty when I run.
Fuck the running police. Running police fucking kiss your ass. And last but not least, just do it. Stop overthinking it. Stop making excuses. Promise you're gonna feel amazing afterward. Oh my God. Sorry guys, censor that. And I know you wanna hop on the bandwagon. Here are a few.
I like her energy. She's very silly and goofy. But yeah, just if you want to start something, don't look for the perfect time to start. Just start. Seriously. That's what I do. I just start and figure things out as you go. You don't have to be perfect right away. You can just figure things out as time goes on. You know, all well and good. Alright, I think that's all I'm gonna do for now. I've been filming for a while. I've tried a couple different reaction videos for this, but you know. Alright, on to the conclusion. Alright, so yeah. Feels weird having my headphones off and hearing my voice without the headphones on, but if you've made it this far, I meant to say this earlier, but please subscribe. I'm gonna be making more reaction content. I'm just easing into it with pretty safe stuff. I'm gonna feel the water, I guess you could say, and just get used to reacting. And I really enjoy this style of content. It's really chill and fun to make, so I'm gonna keep doing that. And who knows? Maybe I will delve into some more devious or controversial topics. And headphones are messing with my hair. I have hair product in, and I just let it do whatever it wants. I don't know why. My hair is just a rebel. But yeah, I might get into more devious and controversial topics. So stay tuned for that. And if you liked this video or found the TikToks in here very full of advice, there was some good advice and good vibes in here, which I truly appreciate. So yeah, if you're looking for an excuse to get out there and start something, this is your excuse. Go out there and start right now. And what are you doing watching YouTube? Just go. Go.